Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Picks Weekly Roundup Podcast, episode 62. I'm your host, Tommy, joined by John.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank
I had a
goodness
great
you're
time.
back. Thank Gandalf you're back.
I like that. Yeah, I'm glad to be back.
Yeah.
Good to-
You can fix the graphs.
I
We'll have
can
market
make them
updates
work.
that work again.
Yeah, I don't think you actually broke them. I just think something wasn't tied in right or something. I don't know. I was messing
Okay.
with it today. I haven't gotten fully done with it, but it
Okay.
seems like we'll
Do
be
some
in order.
analysis on how I broke it.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought I did the thing.
Yeah, I
But
don't think you broke it. I think
okay.
it just something wasn't. You skipped a step and it didn't all click. I think is what happened or something. I don't know.
Okay.
It's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good.
Well, I had fun
We
with
got
it.
the data. That's what matters.
We got the data. Nothing was lost. We had some fun. We did things a little different.
I will tell you the first thing that popped out to me as I was quick, moving the data around to all consolidate your graphs with my stuff or your data with my stuff. Freaking Outsiders.
Yeah, right?
What?
Yeah, so
Pre-orders are spiking?
our main discussion today is we heard you like daggers. So we gave you some daggers and outsiders. We're going to be discussing all the Flesh and Blood Outsiders spoilers. One just popped right now. Will we have all of them for today? No. But because some are coming out later and we record the podcast in the morning. So I'm sure we will have a follow-up discussion.
But I mean the case is being $420 at a pre-sale. We have not had that in
there's demand.
In a Flesh and Blood release since the Monarch debacle, right? Like since then, everything's sat at map the whole time in pre-order season. Maybe with a few minor exceptions. Never seen a price jump like this. I was excited when I saw that. I'm like, we're back. Like we're back to normal TCG hype cycle, which we've been getting closer to, and we've talked about it multiple times. Where it's like, oh yeah, 2.0 is really working. Like this is functioning closer and closer to what you expect. Now, this is the first time we're seeing like pre-sale hype bubble. Again, everyone out there, don't buy the pre-sale hype. There will be plenty of boxes, I promise.
Yeah.
It's not going to sell out day one. Like,
No.
this is what leads to people to getting crazy like this. But just the fact that exists is pretty exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it means the demand's there.
Yeah.
And I think it's valid. I mean, it's a 2.0 set. It's a draft set. Dynasty wasn't a draft, so there wasn't immediate demand for it.
Yeah.
Stores don't need to stock as much of it. And then you have Uprising, which everyone was really excited about and did really well at the beginning, but turned out to be not the best draft set, I guess. Not the best.
I mean, people were hyped at this stage,
fine,
but it wasn't hyped enough to overprice it. Everyone was like, no map. Map is the price.
Yeah. Yeah. But with these cards coming
like
out,
MSRP.
I'm really excited to just play some limited.
Yeah, me too. Well, let's jump in. Let's talk about it. And wait, you had some.
Before we do, we have some house cleaning we need to do. If you like what we do here and you want to get involved in our community, we do have a Patreon. The link is in the description below. It gets you access to our Discord. We have boxes that you can purchase from us, and we can do some box openings for you and then send you the cards. And
we already have a case sold that will be open day one. So you will not be first in queue, but if you join now, you can be, in the queue. So
yeah, very exciting.
We'll get that done.
Yeah, but we have a great community in our Discord. I think it's as cheap as $1 still. So
yeah, I think so.
And yeah, so get involved. We have a great group of people.
It's fun
talking about the things that we talk about in the podcast. We've already discussed in the Discord.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion around these card releases, a lot of discussion around the market stuff. In fact, some of the inspiration for various call outs and the market updates, I think I've mentioned it before,
often come
from the Discord. Yeah, it's like someone points out something. They're like, did you see this buyout? Did you see this thing? And I'm like, I did not. Thank you. And so, yeah.
Cool. Very helpful. Very appreciated.
Yeah, definitely.
We have a whole channel of fab deals. Just, dedicated to that. What else going on? We have another way you can support the store is if you're looking to buy cards. We don't have much up there yet, but we are a new TCG player store, so that limit us to what we can have up there, but we will be cycling in new things as the things sell. So check out, see if there's any cards that you are looking for at our TCG player store. We are a low account seller, but it's us. You're gonna get.
You know who you're talking to. Yeah. And click on the link from here. Don't trust any scammers or fakers.
No. Yeah, click the link
I
in the
doubt we're
description
big
below.
enough for anyone to scam or fake us, though. No
Yeah,
one's
no,
gonna pretend to be us
yeah,
yet.
not yet, not yet. One day.
I like
Um,
that's our ambition is someone pretends to be us.
yeah, and then what else is here? I pulled some cool stuff. I wanted to. So I've been getting back into Magic. I know that's like a thing, but and I've been down on Magic recently. But I've had this thought process of after because I was never really a limited player before, and after playing so much Fab and playing a lot of limited Fab, going back and playing limited Magic is a ton of fun. Like each
Yep.
format, and it happens. They rotate so quickly, so things don't get stale, and you can just play limited. So I have like
Wait, are you're saying something positive about the fact that there's a new set every 6 weeks?
yeah, for me
There is, yeah.
there is yeah when you don't have to keep up with non-rotating formats or rotating formats,
Yeah.
and you don't
That's
need
nice
to
for
like
limited, which is what, I was always playing that. That's
yeah
that's where I was back at the very beginning of their
yeah,
store,
and you just
exploration.
you don't have to be like, oh well, I need to buy this card and I need to buy that card. It's like, no, you just pay for the event and then you play.
And the sleeves, and that's it. Like,
Yeah.
you bring your little sleeve kit, and that's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So I think I don't know. It's much less stressful than like having to worry about keeping constructed decks around,
100%.
and makes it a lot more easy makes it a lot easier to keep up or not keep up, but to just enjoy the game at
Yeah,
a different
for the game's sake,
for the
just
game's
because
sake.
it's like,
Yeah.
this is the game, this is what I'm here for, this is what it's about, it's nothing else, nothing beyond that. Leave the cards behind unless you pull something really spicy.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
And sometimes you can sell that and then just cycle it in and then just play some more.
And then you played for free. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like this weekend we played Commander. We played Baldur's Gate Draft,
It was
the
cool.
so hated set, right?
It was fun. I've
Like
been talking about it for a long time. I love it.
it
It's fun.
was a ton of fun just to be able to like it's a little different. Like you have 40 health, you have a
It's
60 card
janky.
deck. It's janky.
It's janky, yeah.
But at
But
the
it's
end of
still
the
fun.
day, you get to play a game of Commander with these decks that you just drafted, which
Yeah.
is super neat.
Pretty cool. I don't know why people hated it so much other than the value of cards, second market. Like,
But when you're playing
fun
limited, that doesn't
experience.
matter.
Exactly. It's a fun experience. Anyways,
Uh
enough hyping magic.
Yeah, switching over, I want to give an update on my sleeping Pikachu count. I am up to 31.
All right. That's was that 3 pages?
No, it's they're pages of 4. It's a 4. It's not a giant binder.
There's
It's a
only
4
4
page.
a page?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I thought it was a 3 by 3.
No, no, don't.
Yeah, I was like, "You're gonna
I'm
fill
not.
that thing? You
No,
crazy."
I am not that crazy, John.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's good.
This is a 4 per page binder.
Alright, so you're coming right along.
Yeah, yeah. And it's fun because I just like whatever like kickback I get from TCG Player or whatever. It's just like, oh, this is enough for a Pikachu, and then I order a couple
That's worth 3 Pikachus. He was
Pikachus.
measuring certain things yesterday in Pikachus. I
Yeah.
don't remember what the price we were comparing it to. You're like, "That's
I
worth
think
3
it was like
Pikachus," and everyone's like, "The heck?"
it was like a monthly tea subscription, and I was like,
Oh, that's what it was,
you
yeah,
could
a tea
get 3
subscription.
Pikachus a
3
month for
Pikachus
that.
for that. Anyways.
But yeah, and then one more plug over on Tommy's Top Shelf Comics. Murphy and I every week do the top 5 comics for the week. So if you are interested in comic books, please check us out. We plan on doing some other stuff as well once he gets a little more freed up after he has his big day and gets married, which is very exciting. But for this week, our top 5 was Rogue and Gambit number 1. It's always fun to see the two of them kind of like be the focus of the story. Hollow's Eve, which is coming out of Amazing Spider-Man. It's a new character getting her own limited run. Seems very kind of like a dark character, but I'm excited for it. It's a new character. Phantom Road number 1, which was an image number 1 that sparked our mind. We usually have an image number 1 because there's usually an image number 1 every week. Dead Fellows, which seemed kind of depressing, but kind of deals with like suicide and being pulled back, and so kind of a dark premise, but Interesting nonetheless. And Batman vs. Robin, number 5, which is the final issue of that. And that is what I am currently reading and getting caught up on, is this whole Robin Lazarus storyline, which is always fun. Damian Robin. But that's enough about comics. Go over, check it out. Tommy's Top Shelf Comics. Because we're getting into the main topic. We're going to discuss some Flesh and Blood cards from Outsiders.
Lots of stuff to talk about. This will take a while, guys. So strap in, get comfortable, and listen to us babble.
Grab a drink.
Get on the Zamboni. I love it. Love it. I learned so much about Zambonis.
Yeah.
That commenter joined our Discord and taught us about the Zamboni business and riding around Zambonis. Apparently,
there's so many perks of being in our Discord.
Yeah, you learn about Zambonis.
You learn about Flesh and Blood. You learn about.
I was so excited. I'll be honest.
You learn about comic books. Sometimes we talk about Magic. We talk about Pokemon, other card games. There's
all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, events.
All right, let's do it. We got a lot to get through.
Yeah. So we are, if you want to follow along, we are at fabrary.net/outsiders, where they have all of the cards out so far. So
by the time you listen, there will probably be some more there. Actually, I know there will be. So just if we skip one, it's because it's not there while we're recording. Let's do it.
Correct. I'm just checking to see if the new one popped to see how fast. Okay. Well, we'll get there.
Yeah, no worries. We're gonna talk about it at the end.
Let's start with Uzuri Switchblade.
All right, how do you pronounce it?
Uzuri.
You gotta say it like a Japanese accent, right? Uzuri.
Or you say it with a French accent. Uzuri.
I mean, but she came from the place that's like Japan.
Remember? You know that?
Yes, that's why her young hero has the border like Kasai. I mean Katsu, not Kasai.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, because that's part of her story. She was originally part of the Mistlands and then ended up in the pits, and I'm not sure we fully understand how that happened. I think that's part of what Outsiders explores.
What if she's just a French exchange student?
She is not a French exchange student. All right, moving on.
She has 4 intelligence, 40 health, so standard for a hero. Hero ability is once per turn attack reaction, which I love to see.
Yeah.
Banish a card from your hand face down. Turn the card banished this way face up. If it's an attack action card with cost 2 or less, put target attacking card with stealth from the active chain link on the bottom of its owner's deck. Then put the banished card onto the active chain link as the attacking card.
So basically a bait and switch. I'm swinging with this. Nope, changed my mind. Switching with this, or swinging with this instead as a reaction. So after the defenses are declared, so you can say, oh, they blocked enough to stop this, but oops, slipping something in that gets over the block, right? Things like that.
Right.
Also, you're swinging with your big swinger, and they dump everything in.
And so it's after the block phase.
Yeah, it's after the block phase. It's after. You can even wait till after reaction phase. You'll probably do this first so you don't miss it, but just as a possible.
Yeah.
If you know they're going to defense react on it. So if your big swing basically fizzles because they overblock it, oops, just kidding. Put a really crappy swing in there instead. Good job. You blocked a really crappy swing with all those cards, and now I get to do my big swing later. I love it. We were calling it a new axis of surprise.
And
because that's what it is.
Some fries.
So
what's kind of interesting here is that you're not paying for this 2 or less cost. You're not pitching for it. So you are essentially the card that you are replacing that goes on the bottom of your deck. That's essentially the cost of paying for the card.
Well, you paid for the first thing you're replacing too. So
right, but most of the stealth cards don't
resources.
Cost.
Yeah.
Most of the stealth are 0.
Is that true?
We'll I know some of them are, but I know most of them are.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. So you so you didn't pay for that.
So you can get a 2 resource. You can get 2 resources out of a red.
Cheat some resources. Yeah, that's really good.
Anytime you're cheating resources seems pretty good.
It does. Oh, I guess my thing about pulling a big attack out won't work then, because all the stealth cards are not big attacks, are they? They're all 0 really low
Correct.
level
Yeah.
attacks. Okay.
Yeah.
Shame when you
Yeah.
won't get to do that, but that's okay.
Then we have the young version, which is the Zuri.
Same thing,
Uzuri.
20 health.
Uzuri.
Different border. Nope.
Yeah, different border. Has the same border as Katsu. Um, but yeah, same attack, same thing. Then we have Arachne Solitary Confinement. So we have the new young Arachne, which I'm actually rather hyped about. Your
I
first
was wondering
attack
what you
with
thought.
stealth each turn has go again.
Is that good? Do you like that?
Yes.
It's only in Blitz, right? Well, and limited, obviously.
All right, wait, hold on. Here's the question. Yeah, Blitz and Limited. So here's the question. Your first attack with stealth each turn has go again. When
Yeah.
are there any this will allow Arachne to basically play a stealth card and then a contract card.
No. Well, yes. But contracts aren't as good for this Arachne because he doesn't have his contract power.
Right. But it still gets silver.
Yeah, but that's true of any assassin that's playing contract. It's just his contract power is no longer there. So it's the contracts aren't as important to him in this set, or with this Arachne rather.
Yeah. Well, that's true. But I mean,
I was looking at that this morning. I was like, how is this different now that
yeah, I guess
contracts
I was
are
doing
not?
this like in my head I was
You
adding
were
these
imagining the
two.
old one, right?
I was
Yeah.
like, you still have that ability. But
Yeah, you do not.
you
It's a
lose that.
separate
Yeah.
separate guy, yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I like the other one more.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna have to compare notes after this because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be playing Uzuri, and
Uzuri?
I'm always gonna say it that way, and Tommy's always gonna say it as a French accent afterwards. But I do want to compare notes because contracts are still useful
Uh-huh.
to her. They're just not her main driver, and I'm not sure where like how to build that. You know what I mean? Like what's the best way? Obviously the three big ones, even though one of them costs $75 a card right now.
For the non-rainbow?
Yeah.
Surgical extraction?
Yeah.
What's the
It's
rainbow
crazy.
at?
I have no idea. I didn't look. But I was really frustrated with that. They really need to drop in freebies because they screwed that up so bad. Oh, it's 63 now. It was 75 this morning when I looked. 90 for the rainbows. It's
Interesting.
insane. It's insane. Anyways,
I have my playset of rainbows.
they need to dump some onto the market because they screwed that up, and they have two assassins coming out that will probably want to use that really nice card.
Mm-hmm.
That's not anything more than an M. Couldn't be more than $15, 20 at the most. Anyways, point being, I wanted to compare notes on how I could use contracts effectively as kind of a secondary part of the strategy. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Anyways, moving on to the
I
actual
mean, yeah,
topic.
you're gonna need silver generation for your for your equipment. So
Not really. Her only thing that uses is that red back shroud. We'll talk about
yeah,
that in a minute.
yeah. Next up, we have Nerve Scalpel. So this comes in two artworks, so you can dual wield them, and they look like all the other daggers kind of do. But we have this cycle of daggers, which I find really interesting. So it's very similar to the previous one, where it's once per turn action, 2 resources, attack, go again, piercing 1. When this hits a hero, the next time they defend with 1 or more reaction cards this turn, those cards have -1 while defending.
And I assume we'll get a cold foil of each of these because they have both left and right handed for all of these.
Yes, and the way it worked was there was Armory monthly promos for the other side.
Oh, they only did a cold foil for one.
One
Is that
side.
did they do it this way? Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I remember that too. Okay.
Yeah.
So the armories will be the left hand or whatever, right hand, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, let's note something. So we saw posted somewhere, and I have no idea on the source. If you know the source, please link in the comments. There was a write up that said, in Outsiders, so this is clearly coming from LSS the way it's written, we're introducing a new mechanic that allows for the assassin and ninja, or maybe just assassin, to reach into their sideboard to get new daggers. Um, so the idea is it's like a wish mechanic where your sideboard kind of becomes accessible through some mechanic in the game. We have yet to see what that mechanic is. But the idea is to create the sense of the assassins always having the right tool for the job, and being able to pull out the dagger, from their belt or
which is
whatever they're
super
sleeving.
cool flavor.
Yeah, I love the idea, but it also explains why these daggers, as we read through all of them, all get destroyed. Or actually, I guess it depends on which one it is, right? Oh no, they only get destroyed under that one mechanic.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get there. My bad. Sorry, I jumped the gun.
Spoilers
Sorry,
on
spoiler.
these spoilers. Uh, Next up, we have another dagger, Orbitoclast. Same 2 resources, once per turn action, attack, go again, piercing 1. When this hits a hero, the next time they defend with 1 or more non-attack action cards. So you got a dagger for everybody. So depending on what matchup, you can sideboard in different daggers, just like you sideboard in different contracts in Arachne that focus on different people. Now you can kind of do that with your daggers.
Last one.
Last one is Scale Peeler, Potato Peeler. Same thing again, but for equipment, which is really interesting.
Yeah, that is.
Because it puts a -1 block counter on equipment with piercing 1. Seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, that could break equipment too.
Correct.
That's actually probably my favorite of all these.
The potato peeler.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one of my favorite cards revealed so far, Redback Shroud. While Redback Shroud is in your graveyard at the start of your turn, you may destroy 2 silver you control. If you do, equip Redback Shroud. So this is the one we were talking about, where Azuri should play some contracts to get some silver.
Hmm.
It is battle worn, which is awesome. Similar to the boots and the helm so far. So we have a bunch of battle worn that you get the block value out of it, and then you can use the ability to get the full value and then just cycle it back.
Yep.
This is an attack reaction. Destroy it. The next attack reaction card you play this turn costs 1 less to play.
Which is pretty good.
So more resource shenanigans.
Yep. Resource shenanigans and reactions seem to be pretty key.
Yeah.
Axes of surprise. Um,
This
Thoughts
one,
on this with the other equipment? Because you were talking, so like you'd have your mask, you'd have this, you'd have the black tech boots, right? I'd
yeah,
assume.
and the gloves that we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, but the gloves are common, but those are all
No,
legendaries, right?
no,
Or
there's
are they not?
legendary gloves.
Oh, I missed that. I might have
Yeah,
missed that.
yeah, we'll
Okay,
get there.
cool.
I think
I'm
they're
going to.
legendary. They're at least
No,
majestic.
I don't think. Unless there's a new one that I missed. No, they aren't. They're common.
Nope, they're legendary.
Okay, then you're talking about different ones.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, I know what you're talking
yeah.
about.
What's interesting about Redback Shroud is so there's a extended art
Yeah, that looks good. I'm
that looks
definitely getting that.
really good.
That's
That
gonna be
is
expensive. A legendary full art like a tunic,
yeah.
totally worth it though.
Oh yeah,
And it's
I
probably gonna be like foiled out, gorgeous.
absolutely. Yeah,
That's the shelf piece. I'm almost certain, especially if I'm playing Uzaragi.
yeah. I mean, I know I've talked that I've been really enjoying Dory, but I mean, if Assassin does become viable, more viable after this set, which I think it will be.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why wouldn't it be more viable? They're adding a ton of cards.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I think it will be more viable, but if it is just because it's more viable doesn't make it viable, if that makes sense.
That is fair. We'll find out.
I think this is going to
I
really shake up the meta, and I don't think anyone can tell what's about to happen in the meta
agree,
right now.
agree, because there's enough tricks here that's hard to calculate
Yeah,
mentally what's gonna happen until you see play.
yeah,
I will say, like, just gut check. I think we're a little under average, with
yeah,
this. So it feels kind of like how Icelander coming into the new set was like wasn't there, wasn't overpowered, what no one figured it out for a long time. Then a big brain came by and figured it out, right? Like, which may be there may be like a sneaky way in to make this overvalued.
Right. Right.
But as of right now, it feels average or a little below value. Figure out all the little tricks and lines of play that pull that extra value out.
Absolutely. But
it'll be fun to figure out and play. I mean, it's a wild play style.
yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Moving on,
we got Infiltrate. It's red, majestic for assassin. Costs 0. Stealth. When this hits a hero, banish the top card of their deck. You may play it until the end of your turn. Has 3 attack, 3 block.
That's just crazy.
This is very good.
Does this combo with contracts? Isn't a contract to banish a card of a type?
Yeah,
so
but
you're banishing it.
But you're not fulfilling the contract, which gives you.
What's the contract?
Oh, okay, I see. So if you played a contract,
Before
somehow
this.
gave it go again, and then did this, then yes, that would fulfill the contract.
The
But
contract,
this
right?
alone,
And then you get to play it. It's not just get rid of it. It's also and I get to use it against you.
right?
So I get paid and I get to slap you with your own card. That seems
Correct.
cool. But you'd have to be able to give 2 things go again, that would be very tricky.
That would be
probably
very tricky.
Probably unlikely, but I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, that seems really fun.
I want an attack reaction
that gives it go again.
That gives assassin cards go again.
Yeah, that would be good.
If we get that, I'm all on board with assassin. If we could get like a run through, essentially.
Yeah.
Or no, not run through. What is it? Yeah. Or a Blade Runner. Blade Runner.
That's it. Yeah, that's the classic.
Yeah. But let's move on. We got another Assassin Majestic. We got Shakedown, Azuri, Specialization. If you've played or activated an attack reaction, this chain link Shakedown has when this hits a hero, choose red, yellow, or blue. They reveal their hand, banish a card of the chosen color.
Another friendly contract combo.
Yes.
This is why I was wondering about how to make contracts work with her, because she feels like she at the edge likes it, and like you said, to get her equipment back, you want to do it. But she's also, I think, the stealth mechanics more core to her because of her reaction ability.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's fun. Agree. I'm excited. I'm excited to play with her and figure out all the different. things.
Absolutely. And it's a popper. We're at 6.
It is. I would be very sad to pop with that, though. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying it's a specialization.
Value you can get from that.
Yeah.
Especially
specialization,
with
and it's sad to lose sometimes. But yeah,
but it is giving Assassin the poppers so that when we get the new Prism next set,
that's true too. I was actually thinking
it can stay viable.
Yeah, that's true. Fair.
And it makes it just a little bit easier against Dromai. Because right now, the Assassin Dromai, it's like a 15% win rate or something. It's bad. Moving on, we got Spreading Plague, another Majestic for Assassin. This is an attack reaction. Costs 1. It's yellow. Create X Blood Rot Pox tokens under the defending hero's control, where X is the number of defending cards this chain link.
Pretty good.
Or it could be a 1 do nothing. If there's no defending cards.
Why would it be a 1 do nothing?
X is the number of defending. Yeah, well, yeah. You would just sit. This seems like a good arsenal card, but it seems
it's an arsenal card. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have the resource for it, and you have to have them over blocking essentially. Yeah.
I mean, it blocks 3, but most assassin cards do.
I feel like over blocking is a thing that's going to happen with assassin because there's a lot of sneaky sneaks.
Yeah.
It's like, that's how you play Dory, because she's going to react on you, so you end up over blocking. The same thing's going to happen with Assassin, because they're going to pull some nonsense.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is a good, you thought you had it, now here's a different trap that's going to make you sad.
Yeah, I guess, but you're paying 1 for it.
And that's the hard part, I'll be honest. That when I saw that, I was like, and it's yellow.
Yeah.
Mm.
If it was blue,
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's just a
makes it more
little
versatile.
bit
Because it's
less
so
useful.
situational and it could
It
just be a
is,
dead
it
card in
is.
your hand so many
Yeah,
times.
or in your arsenal for a long time, which
Yeah,
would be
I
really
take that
sad.
back. I would not put this card in my arsenal. I don't think.
Well, put it this way, worst case scenario, it's 2 damage unless they pay 3, right? If
Sure.
assuming a single block, because you gotta assume most times they'll block at least with 1 card, right?
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's always the don't block the assassin and let them overcharge their
That's
attack.
what people do with warrior
Is it they just
because
you
of
don't block
reprise.
assassin?
Because of reprise, like I can go off like as a warrior, you can go
Yeah,
off
I
much more
remember.
if you block.
Yeah. Mm, yeah, but there's no reprise in yeah,
I
you're right.
know,
It may
I know,
be. You're
but
right, you're
there's
right.
not
We have to see.
reprise. But this is
I agree. Yeah,
reprise. Just
this is the thing that makes
care. Yeah,
reprise-like behavior. Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. You're right.
So I wonder. I hope assassin gets like a route like card.
No, we're out of assassin cards, man. Almost
No,
all of them have been released.
dang it.
Yeah, there's a few that haven't, but
Okay,
I don't expect too much more beyond what we're seeing.
because I was gonna say if we got like a route like card where it
Nah,
sends a card
we're
back.
basically where we're gonna be. There
Okay.
might be one more surprise out of what's left, but we're talking like common rainbows stuff now.
Yeah. So now we're
So
going into the rare rainbow of backstab. Red, yellow, blue, stealth. This is the red. Stealth defense reactions can't be played to backstab's chain link. Seems pretty good, but it's only attacking for 3. But you could gain go again if you're playing the new Arachne.
or you could slide in a new thing
Yeah,
with ooze.
that's true. And then the yellow comes in for 2. Oh, it even has an Arachne Huntsman lore piece on it.
Yeah, it feels
Perf-
more arachne.
perfect strands of red drawn out of a perfectly angled blade. It's an art form few can appreciate. Seems pretty cool. The blue only comes in for 1, 2, 3 is the red. Next up, we got Sneak Attack. Cost 2 red assassin attack action. If you've played or activated an attack reaction this chain link, Sneak Attack has +4. So it becomes a 7 for 2, which is bad.
And this is a great one for Uzuri to sneak in
Yes.
because that's an attack reaction, her
Correct.
ability. So
Correct.
this sneaks in on a 0 cost. So you basically cheat 2 resources and
So
swing
then it's a
7.
7 for 0. Yeah.
Gross. It's gross.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming this is rainbow because right now 19 and 20 aren't revealed, but this is a rare and rares
Right.
are usually in a
Yeah.
rainbow. So
Yeah. So
think
maybe it's
+4, +3,
+3,
+2.
+2. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm guessing. That's a really sick cornerstone card for her, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I
Because
agree.
you're basically going to get a 0
It's
for
the
a 0
perfect
cost.
surprise. And the
Yeah.
sneak attack has already happened, so you're guaranteeing the pump.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why I'm like, this is rainbow of these. Bring it along. Rainbow of those dominate ones. We'll
I'm
get there in a
waiting.
second. Yeah.
Next up, we got Spike of Blood Rot. Assassin attack reaction blocks 3, costs 1, red. Target attack action card with stealth gains +3, and when this hits a hero, create a Blood Rot Pox token under their control.
It's gross. Expensive, but gross.
Yeah. I don't think
It
it's
just
that expensive, but it being limited to stealth.
yeah. That's what it's not expensive. It's just if you think about how all these pieces work
It's
together.
expensive in deck construction.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the best thing, but it does block for 3 at least. So it's like you're not hurting to put it in. It's
Yeah.
just sometimes it's going to be rough to try to make it work.
Yeah. Almost all assassin cards, minus sneak attack, I guess, but
Yeah.
have
So just a quick
3.
reminder, Blood Rot is 2 damage next turn if they don't pay 3 to get rid of it.
Yep. Which why are you paying 3?
If you're Icelander and have these all over the place. That's the only thing I
True.
can think of.
Yeah, that's fair. Or Guardian.
Yeah.
Spike with Frailty is next. Is an assassin attack reaction, costs 1, red, blocks 3, target attack action with stealth gains +3, and when this hits a hero, create a Frailty token under their control. So same thing, but frailty
-1 to
instead of blood
weapon
box.
attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
which
then
would
we
be
have
great against Dory. Haha.
Spike of Inertia, which is the same thing, but creates an inertia token under their control.
This one I'm less certain about how good it is, but it's basically at the beginning of your end phase, destroy inertia, then pull all cards from your hand and arsenal on. Sorry, put all cards onto the bottom of your deck. So it's good against people who save cards.
Yeah.
So I guess
Set up.
Icelander style.
Yeah,
Who else
absolutely.
holds stuff in hand and arsenal like pretty consistently?
Dory, Fi,
Yeah,
Friar, anyone that's like super aggro and is playing Snatch and then hitting and then arsenaling
and
that
then putting
card.
stuff in. Yeah, but it's like it feels like a little bit less useful than the other two.
I don't know. I mean,
I agree.
I
And
feel like it could just be a sideboard thing where
agree.
you
Yes,
sideboard
yes.
that in when you are going up against those aggro
Yeah.
decks.
Well, I feel like the first two are almost
Arachne is
auto include, but that's a good point. Yeah.
a lot of people just
And we do have to think
Ranger,
about this. We have to think about this in context of draft. I was just getting there. I was like, wait a
Ranger.
second. This is going to be really
We
good
have
against
Ranger and
Ranger and
Ninja,
Katsu. Yeah, right? Yeah.
and those are the other two
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
classes in
yeah.
this draft.
Yeah, 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 definitely. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. All right, moving on.
Next up, we got Infect Stealth. When this hits a hero, create a Bloodrot Pox token under their control.
0 cost.
0 cost, swings for 3, blocks for 3.
So cool thing is they'll set up to block the 3, then you sneak in something that goes over the top
Yep.
and cheat reset.
Yep. And this is in rainbow, so we have yellow with 2 attack and blue with 1 attack.
Cool story here. The blue is kind of good value because you're paying 0 to get 3 damage on the stack essentially,
Uh-huh.
or 3 resources out of their hand, and you have a blue that
Mhm.
blocks 3.
Mhm.
That's pretty tasty. Yeah.
Or you have a red that gives you 5.
Well, yeah, but they'll block the red. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
chance of them blocking a 1 swinger is much lower. Like,
Oh,
why
true.
would you waste a
True.
whole card to
Yeah.
block a 1?
Because
You
it's really
know?
3.
Well, that's where the balance comes in, and then you have the ooze switch up effect if they do block it. Say they block with a 2 blocker, right? Then it's easy to get over whatever you can slide in, you know? It's an interesting dynamic. I've been thinking way too much about this, I think. Anyways, moving on.
All right. Next up, we have Isolate, which
My
comes
favorite.
in rainbow. Stealth,
My favorite.
Dominate.
It's my favorite.
Comes
With
in for
ooze.
3.
Yeah. 3, 2, and 1, but it's dominate, so they can only block with 1,
Yep.
and then you get to sneak something else in because they've only blocked for 1. There's no overblock when you start with this combo.
No. That's wild. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't think
I
about that.
like this one. This is probably my favorite like starter piece for her weirdness.
Yeah. And I like how they added, I think they changed the text for Dominate. The defending hero can't defend with or play more than 1 defending card or defense reactions from their hand this chain link. I don't think it mentioned defense reactions.
Yeah, and it's
previously.
definitely I think it's more
I mean, that's
detailed,
how the rule worked.
But yeah, I think people ask questions about that a
Yeah.
lot. Yep.
Yeah. Because you're not defending with it from hand, but you are. Yeah. You play from Arsenal, but not from hand.
Next up,
Maligan?
my God, Malign.
Malign?
Yes. Sorry, I shouldn't make fun of you. You don't necessarily know how things are pronounced. I don't know how
No.
things are pronounced all the time. Anyways, Malign.
Cost 0, stealth, damage that would be dealt by Malign can't be prevented. Can be blocked, but can't be prevented.
Yeah, so stops Oasis, stops Seed, Crown of Seed, stops. What is it? What's the one from Oldham?
Crown. In
Didn't
the
he have
defense reaction?
a defense? Yeah, the defense reaction one. Yeah, and that's in Rainbow as well. So it's a 3-2-1. They just don't have the other ones.
Yeah, super cool. I like all these
So-
stealth varieties. Prowl is the next one. Stealth, 3 attack, 3 defense in red. The next attack with stealth you play this combat chain gains +1. So it's a small pump. So you can stealth with the new Arachne, I guess.
Yeah, and ooze,
Yeah.
because you still play it from
Oh, that's
Banish,
true.
so that will get the
If
+1,
it
which
has
is pretty
stealth. If
interesting.
it has
Yeah.
stealth.
Oh, yeah, if you sneak a stealth in. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is, yeah, probably unlikely.
Yeah. But in limited,
Yeah.
one matters.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it's
I mean,
true.
it's a common. So
Yeah, exactly.
you'll
Rainbow
see them.
Rainbow 321.
Yep. Another rainbow common. Sedate. Cost 0. 3 attack. 3 block for the red. When this hits a hero, create an inertia token under their control. We're gonna everyone just needs to bring a ton of these tokens. These events. Should be fun.
I mean, there's gonna be a lot of tokens in the set.
Yeah. Yeah, there are. But yeah, seems good. Next up is Wither, another rainbow common stealth. So we are getting a lot of stealth, but it seems
Yeah,
like we're just getting the different cycles for the different tokens because this one is the same thing but with the
but
frailty
frail.
token.
Yep. Yep.
So very similar to the contracts targeting different uh, types of cards. The stealth cards are focusing on either pumps, dominate, or these tokens.
And last card for the set.
Razor's Edge. Target attack, assassin attack reaction in common. Target attack action with stealth gains +3.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
0 cost pump.
Yep. Blocks 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
You on CC throw that in with the ones from Dynasty, and you got yourself a nice little
Uh-huh.
Dory style surprise deck, and that's excluding stealth
It's what
placement.
I've been waiting for.
Yep.
Oh. So that does it for assassin now. We have 43 and 44 would be Razor's Edge in yellow and blue.
Yep.
Next up we got Katsu. He's a ninja hero with 4 no, we know what Katsu does.
And then
Same
Benji.
Katsu, same
Same
Benji.
Benji.
So those are our ninjas. We have a couple cards for them so far. We have Mask of Many Faces, which is going to be your common helm. It's an instant, 1 resource, destroy Mask of Many Faces. Name a card the next attack action card you play this turn gains that name. Blade
All
Break.
right. So I got to bring this up now because it's something that's been floating through my head for a while. This set introduces new obfuscation on calculating value of a given. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because people are getting good at value assessment, right? Like I have this in my hand, I can defend with this, I can attack with this, and I can meet in the middle and optimize the max value, right? To get a little bit overvalued. Um, People have figured out how other characters work, gotten pretty there's a lot of people that are very good about it. There's a lot of great articles on it. The basics are now underhand. Now you have a new way to hide that value. So it's not as easy to make that decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And 2 new ways, in fact. One, are they about to change the name of it so their combo becomes stronger or something of that nature? And the other, obviously, being the stealth replacement mechanic. That seems like what their goal is here is to like mess up the value calculation.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a
I
cool
think that,
set.
yeah.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
It makes the game go from, how like WTR was like back and forth, A and B, A
Yeah.
and B,
Yeah.
and then it got a little obfuscated by having like fuses and talents and stuff. And then it kind of tightened around it under the draconic
Yeah.
talents, like it was very linear there. And now we're back to you have no idea, and the calculation is not going to be,
Yeah.
you're going to have to know, you're going to have experience,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting. I love
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely. I don't know. I think this, well, we were teasing it a bit at the beginning when we were talking about the case prices and how we've never seen something like that happen with 2.0. And I think it might be people are just really excited to play limited with this. And
Yeah.
to play limited, you need boxes.
Yep. It's going to be good.
And if this is our first, we still keep seeing this new influx of players coming in to the game, and you have this incredible looking new limited set. And if this can really come through and be like a great limited set, It could,
Yeah, it's out of control. It was
yeah,
already out of control, the growth. Now we're talking a whole new phase of it. I
yeah,
I I agree. I think that is going to happen.
yeah,
Like, assuming this doesn't have like a hole in it that we can't see right now, where it's like, oh, it's always just this one character,
yeah,
which I'm not seeing that. Benji's probably your best bet on that happening because he's played pretty linearly historically.
sure.
Now I haven't. We don't have the ninja cards to say, but he's your best bet on being like the Fi of the set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that.
But given everything else and all these other surprise tricks, different axis of uncertainty on the calculation, um, I have a feeling Benji may be the easy, I'm new to the game, I'll pick Benji character. I don't think he'll be unstoppable. You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Yeah.
Because
No,
there's
that
so
makes
many
sense.
other dynamics being put into play with these crazy cards.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. But next up, we have one that is pretty crazy. A ninja action attack, majestic dishonor. Cost 0 is blue, swings for 2, blocks 3. Combo. If Bonds of Ancestry was the last attack this combat chain, this has +2. When this hits a hero, if you control Surging Strike, Descending Gust Wave, and Bonds of Ancestry, that hero loses all abilities for the rest of the game.
yeah, that's badass, hard to pull off, except if you pop your mask and change the name of one of the cards
Uh huh.
to make it happen. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Wild.
Yeah, and there's a couple ways to change names of cards, I think.
Yeah.
It seems like that's what's coming at least.
Yeah, and we haven't seen much.
Yeah.
Next up is Head leads the tail. When this attacks, name another card. Attack action cards with that name have +1 this combat chain. Go again. It swings for 3, blocks 2, costs 1. So 3 for 1, but you're getting 4 in value, but giving away the name of the card that you're going to attack with next. Not crazy about this one.
I'm somewhat indifferent. It's just
Yeah.
a go one. Go again that will probably have a combo that fits with it to make sense for that to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a combo card that adds to this that makes it like bonkers, and then you're like, because that's
Right.
ninja.
That's
There's
combos. Yeah.
always the like undervalued
Yeah.
card that you
Right.
have to play to make
Yeah.
a thing happen. Yeah. Really, this exists so the combo exists so that people can name a different card that's more valuable. This.
Yeah. True.
Anyways,
Next up, we got Bonds of Ancestry. This one
my
costs
favorite card so far.
2, swings for 4, blocks 3, which is nice for ninja. Combo if a card with Gust Wave in its name, so just not a specific card, just has Gust Wave in its name, was the last attack this combat chain, this costs 2 less to play and has Go Again. So it's 0 for Go Again.
Yeah.
And when this attacks, you may banish a card with combo from your graveyard. If you do, search your deck for a card with the same name, banish it, then shuffle. You may play it this combat chain.
So why not just keep on comboing away? Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I
The
like the
gust wave,
graveyard play.
whelming gust wave is good, and then of course you can rename things. So
Yep.
pretty sweet.
Next up, we have Be Like Water.
Also a favorite for me.
When this hits, you may pay 1. If you do, choose Head Jab, Surging Strike, or Twin Twisters. This gains the chosen name. Cost 0, swings for 3, go again.
So I'm not sure, but I believe Surging Strike leads into gusting or gust wave, whelming gust wave.
Mm-hmm.
In which case you can use this as a pre-combo because I think if I recall correctly, it's been a minute since I played Ninja, but if I recall correctly, Surging Strike was the kind of like okay one,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's fun. I love the way they're changing Ninja. The
Yeah.
chains for combat combos are like now multiplicative. Does that make sense? Like there's
Yeah.
a lot of different ways to get there now because you're swapping names instead of just like here's the one combo, here's the other combo. These are the 4 most optimal combos. People have done the math on them, so it's like very linear to play ninja. Not anymore.
Right.
Not anymore. So,
So we did have one ninja card revealed while um while we've been talking. So it is the Mask of Shifting Perspectives. It's the common, but it's Assassin Ninja headpiece. Attack reaction. Destroy Mask of Shifting Perspectives. Whenever a dagger hits this turn, you may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. If you do, draw a card.
it's a legendary
Common.
comment. Okay. There's also two other ninja cards revealed. Well, I guess technically three for this set. Head jab is in the set as a common.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. 1-2 punch is a combo off of head jab. Zero cost 3, blocks for 3. Pretty sweet. If head jab was the last attack this combat chain, this has when this hits a hero, deal 2 damage to them. So it's 0 for 3 plus 2 if head jab. And again, you can rename things head jab using Be Like Water. Sweet. Second one called Recoil. If head jab was the last, zero cost 3, 3 defense. Again, a 3 blocker and ninjas.
Yep.
Fantastic. If head jab was the last attack, this combat chain, this has when this hits a hero, they put a card from their hand on the top of their deck. Hand disruption is pretty good.
Yeah.
Hard to hit with 3, though. So that's really got to be at the end when they've blocked out as much as they want, in which case you're disrupting or disrupting.
Right.
Pretty cool.
But so then moving on, we got Ranger. So we have Azalea. Azalea's doing the same thing she's always done. We have Riptide. We're a couple hours early. We'll know when this podcast goes live what Riptide does, but we don't know now.
Can't wait. He's my other one. Riptide was my first choice. Azuri was my second. And so if Riptide has a really cool ability, I will be playing Riptide instead of Azuri. Because I do want to do a Trap Ranger.
Yeah.
So far from what's been revealed, I'm like, I'm not sure that's going to be what I want it to be,
Yeah. No, that's
So,
fair. But we
just
have a lot
depends
to
on his
see.
ability. Yeah, exactly.
Next up, we have Barbed Castaway. So this is going to be your token ranger weapon bow. Once per turn instant, you may pay 1, put an arrow card from your hand face up into your arsenal. And then once per turn instant 1, you may turn a face down arrow in your arsenal face up. If you do, put an aim counter on it.
So if you take your time, you can aim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
It is cool. Or technically, you can do both.
Yeah, you can do both.
From
you can do
your
both.
face down arsenal, face up, shoot, and then
No, because the
draw
first
face
one
up.
you're putting a face
not-
up into arsenal.
You didn't listen. You have something in arsenal face
Oh,
down
yeah,
already. At the
yeah.
beginning of your turn, you
Yeah,
flip it up
yeah,
with
yeah.
the second ability, and then you do the first ability.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then you fire. So you can double shot essentially in a turn. Now, granted, you had to take time to aim from the previous
Yeah.
to get something in arsenal face down. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's an interesting one. We'll see how it plays out with everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, we have Quiver of Rustling Leaves. So we get quivers. I think we talked about this one, but
This is crazy.
instant pitch 3, pay 3, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's an arrow, put it face up into your arsenal and destroy the quiver. So the quiver does not get destroyed if it does not get the effect to go off, which is nice.
Yep. Extra slot for Rangers.
Mm-hmm. Super cool. I hope we get more quivers down the road. But that one seems pretty good.
I assume, I could be wrong, but I assume we're going to get a legendary one. Actually,
Maybe.
at this point, we may be out of legendaries because they've revealed quite a few already.
Not a lot of ranger ones. Have we seen any ranger ones?
Yeah, I mean, we might just not have them.
Yeah. I doubt that.
Hybrid legendary, maybe?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like everyone will get one for themselves.
Probably.
Next up, we have a majestic arrow attack. Barbed Undertow costs 1, swings for 5, blocks 3. If Barbed Undertow has an aim counter on it, it gains when this hits a hero. Choose red, yellow, or blue. Until the start of your turn, they can't pitch cards of that chosen color.
Gross.
Yeah, go up against a Guardian, choose blue, be like,
Yeah, right.
what are we
Yeah,
doing here,
there's
guys?
so many that it's like a given. It's so many that you're like, "Oh, you just screwed my day."
Yeah, yeah.
And so it does need a aim counter. Is Barbed Castaway the only way to get aim right now?
I don't think
Uh,
so.
yeah, I couldn't remember if they introduced aim before that.
Oh, no, no. But, um,
Mm, you sure? Anyways,
yeah,
keep
it
going.
wasn't, uh, it was not. Collapsing Trap is next. So we have our Majestic Ranger Defense Reaction. Trap blocks 3. It is the Riptide specialization and legendary. So you can only have 1 in your deck. When
Oh,
this defends an attack with Go Again, the attacking hero discards their hand, then draws that many cards -1.
fantastic.
Yep.
And you can play traps from hand now. We have clarification on those rules.
Yep.
So it's just a defense reaction.
Yeah, which
And then
is
whatever his
wild.
special is regarding traps, being that he's supposed to be a trap.
Yeah. So now
So,
here's the thing is if his special if he can reoccur traps,
yeah, I can't wait to see what he does. Like,
yeah.
that's the question mark. Oh, Sand Scour Bow, Great Bow. That was the one that does aim count.
Oh, in Dynasty.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So okay, that make okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. I was like, oh, the one that's like super expensive in Marvel right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So when this defends an attack with Go Again, so they're think about it. A ninja's attacking you. They have 4 cards in hand. They attack you, um, and then you defend this. Now they're drawing 2 cards and getting rid of their 3 cards.
You know what's even better? Katsu's attacking you. Oh wait, is that on hit? It's on hit, isn't it? That he does his Katsu ability. It's not on swing. Never mind.
Right.
Never mind. I
Yeah.
was about to say after he goes and
Oh yeah.
fetches the
No,
card,
gross.
then you
No.
screw him up. Yeah, but
No.
no, I'm
No.
wrong. I'm wrong.
But yeah, this seems super cool.
It's good. It's good. It's going to cause trouble.
Yeah. Melting Point is the next one. Next Majestic Ranger action costs 1. Your next arrow attack this turn gains +4. If it has an aim counter on it, it gains when this hits a hero, destroy a one-handed weapon they control with 1 base attack.
Yeah. It's a lot of ways for destruction of daggers.
Yeah. When I first read this, I got so terrified as a Kasai player.
One-handed, one-handed.
Yeah.
Oh wait, do you do one-handed swords?
They're one-handed swords, but they're not.
Oh,
Yeah.
base one.
They're not base 1. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
when
okay.
I got
I
to the
was
base
like,
1,
oh man.
I breathed this
Yeah,
huge sigh of relief. I was like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
because if Kasai lost whatever, oh man, because it's not one-handed daggers, it's one-handed weapons.
Right. I just realized well, okay. There's some cards that have been revealed that we didn't go over for Ninja. It's fine.
Yeah, I see them, or I do not. You can go over them,
You
but
want me to do it now?
let's finish Ranger.
Okay.
We got Sedation Shot, costs 1. If Sedation Shot has an aim counter, it has +1. When this hits a hero, create an inertia token under their control. So this does not lose the on. So this is a common, and the on hit is not applied to the aim counter, which is nice.
Yeah.
And it's a 1 for 5, which is good. And then if it has an aim counter on it, you can give it. If you can give it that, it's 6 for 1, blocks 3.
That is good. That is really and a ranger that blocks 3.
Yeah,
Every one of those is valuable.
yeah, absolutely.
And presumably this is in rainbow, right?
Uh, you would assume, yeah,
It's the common.
yeah,
So you'd assume that's in
yeah,
rainbow.
yeah,
5, 4, 3.
yeah.
Aim counter +1. So your minimal is a 4
Right.
with the inertial token. That's pretty good value.
Yeah,
And being a 3 block again, any arrow with a 3 block is pretty sweet.
yeah. But so next up we have that assassin legendary arms. but it's also
Before we
shared
jump
with
over
ninja.
there,
Yep.
yeah, go ahead and do that one, and then I'll
Yeah.
do the other ninja cards.
It's shared with ninja. Once per turn attack reaction. With this one has blade break though. It does not battle worn. Um, 0, target dagger you control that isn't on the active chain link deals 1 damage to target hero. If damage is dealt this way, that dagger has hit. Destroy the dagger.
So all those daggers we went over before, those on-hit effects go off, but then it gets destroyed. And again, apparently there's some mechanic out there that allows you to cycle in daggers. I'm not
Yep.
sure how that works yet.
Yep. So
I
basically,
don't
you
think
are
we've seen
flicking the
that.
dagger at them.
Yep. Goes away, and then you grab another dagger from your belt,
Yep.
apparently. We'll see how that works. All right. Back to ninja stuff that we did miss. Descending Gust Wave costs 1 common, 3 attack, 2 defense. So your standard ninja type stuff. Combo card. If Surging Strike was the last attack this combat chain, this costs 1 less to play and has +2 go again. So it's a 0 for 3 if played in the proper combo, or 0 for 5 if played in the proper combo. So that's pretty good. Again, I think Surging Strike was one of the limiting. I imagine we'll have that in the set then, huh? Because for drafting, Surging Strike?
Ye-
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. We're missing a lot of cards in ninjas, and I feel like those
Yeah,
wouldn't be reveals, so they would just be filled in.
that's fair. Yeah.
It's like
Wander with
you got
purpose.
your Flesh and Blood reveal card. What is it?
It's one
Head
from
jab.
before. Yeah, that would be sad. Yeah, the head jab one actually was part of 3 that were
Yeah,
revealed
yeah,
together. So
yeah,
yeah, I think you're right. Surging Strike's probably that way.
yeah.
Wander with Purpose, Benji specialization. Pretty sweet. It's a yellow with 0 cost. Swings for 2, blocks for 3. Pretty good. When this hits, you may discard a card with cost 0. If you do, search your deck for a card with combo, banish it, then shuffle. You may play it this turn, go again. So it's Katsu go again kind of specialization. It's kind of
Nice.
interesting. Given Katsu, he's like training at being Katsu.
Yeah.
And I think there was one more. No, no, maybe not. Okay, that might be it.
Okay. So next up, we got Blade Cuff, which is an your assassin ninja arms, but at the common level. Action, 2 resources, destroy the cuffs. Your daggers gain +1 this turn. Go again. Blade break 1.
It's common equipment. It's
Yeah,
fine.
seems fine. Stab Wound is next. Assassin Ninja Majestic. Blue, 0 cost, swings for 2, blocks 3. When this hits a hero, they lose X health, where X is the number of times a dagger has hit this combat chain.
That is also an assassin card. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, seems better for Assassin. But, I mean, if we're getting Kodachis.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You got to assume there's going to be some Kodachi style
Mm-hmm.
activity going on. Yeah, I'm not sure how I think. And that's the other thing. That flick knives is
Mm-hmm.
also ninja. So you could have a ninja that's flinging knives too.
Yeah.
I'm really curious what that mechanic is. Get you a new knife.
Yeah.
Because without that, it's not very useful, right? You don't want to get rid of your weapon.
Yeah. And then how does that work in Limited?
I don't know. It must be a generic card. Or it could be a hybrid card. They're still playing to reveal their
Yeah.
Assassin Ninja hybrid card. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably what.
But next we got a rare Assassin Ninja card, cost 2, called Bleed Out in red. Bleed Out costs X resources, where X resource points less to play, where X is the total damage you've dealt with daggers this combat chain. So you could get a 0 for 4 go again. So this is kind of like your Scar for a Scar conditional for 0 cost go again, but it has go again no matter what. But it could be free instead.
Hmm.
But if you have the resources, it's just 4 for 2, which is bad.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I mean, if you're a daggery dude, then this
yeah,
seems very reasonable to toss in there.
absolutely. Kadachi, bleed out.
Yep,
Yeah.
very easily.
Next up, we got Hurl, another assassin ninja attack action. And I'm assuming both of these are in rainbow because they're rare. Hurl.
That's a reasonable assumption,
Yeah,
yeah.
because after bleed out is 145, then 146, 147, and then
Yeah.
148 is hurl. As an additional cost to play hurl, you may pay one resource. When you do, it gains when this attacks. Target dagger you control deals 1 damage to target hero. If damage is dealt this way, the dagger is hit, destroy the dagger.
Another dagger destruction.
Yep. Just hurling daggers, flicking daggers,
Better have some extra daggers.
pulling them out of your cuff.
Yep.
See, that's what I was thinking like blade cuff would be like. Instead of giving +1, it would be grab a dagger.
I'm curious where
Yeah.
this dagger replacement mechanic comes in. Like, I really want to know.
So next up, we got short and sharp. Costs 1. Red common assassin ninja attack reaction. Choose 1. Target dagger attack gains +3. Or target attack action card with 2 or less base attack gains +3. So on those stealth cards.
Or the dagger attacks if there
If you're
is
going
a
dagger, yeah.
archetype that's
Yeah.
like a dagger flicking them out.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Next up, we got Toxic Tips.
I like
Assassin
this.
Ranger equipment. Arms. Action. Cost 1. Destroy Toxic Tips. The next attack action card you play this turn gains when this hits a hero. Create a Frailty, Inertia, or Blood Rot Pox token under their control. Go again. Blade Break 1.
It's fun. I like it.
Yeah. No, I'm here for it. Seems good.
It's common.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
common. Like it's definitely a pickup if you get a
You're
hand
playing,
piece.
yeah.
Yeah,
Codex of Blood Rot is next. John loves his codexes. This
I
one's
do.
disgusting.
They're all good. I love them.
Costs 0 in yellow. Blocks 2. It blocks something.
Hmm.
Each hero puts, just like imagine someone's attacking you, you block it with a Codex of Blood Rot.
You're like, haha,
Here's a
you
book.
hit my book.
I mean, books seem pretty effective against daggers, to be
That's
fair.
true. And arrows, right?
And arrow. Yeah. Each hero puts a card from their hand face down into their arsenal. Create a ponder token under your control and a blood rot pox token under each opponent's control. UPF, let's go.
That's why I love it. That's why I love it. When I saw these the first time, I was like, each, yay.
Each. You love to see each. Continuing with the codex, we got Codex of Frailty.
Same thing, frailty.
Yeah.
And Codex of Inertia. Same thing, inertia.
Codex of Inertia. Same thing, but inertia token. All very cool stuff. I like the codexes, and those are going to have those really sick Marvel ones.
Yeah, I love the Marvels. You know what I'm sad about? They finally do this special treatment of books. And you guys know I love my books.
Yeah.
None of these books draw cards. I love the books because they're all card draw. All of them up to this point. These are the first books that are not card draw. You know why? They're codexes. They're not tomes.
Yeah.
Makes me sad.
Yeah,
Makes me
that's true.
sad. Where's my card draw tome? There's a tome in every set. They haven't revealed one yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sure it'll come. Next up, we got Death Touch. Costs 1. Death Touch can't be played from hand. When this hits a hero, create a Frailty, Inertia, or Blood Rot Pox token under their control. This is Assassin Ranger attack. So it's a 6 for 1.
For 6.
Swings
Yeah.
for 6.
This is a perfect ooze for 0 cost stealth replacement.
Yep.
It's like, oh, you blocked it? Yeah, no, instead you get 6 damage. Okay, you blocked 3. So you get 3 damage. Let's go ahead and blood pox you. So 5 damage unless you want to pay 3. You know?
Yep.
Or you're a go again guy, I'm gonna make your go again suck. You know what I mean? Like whatever is effective for the I love this card. When I saw this is actually the card that made me say, maybe I'm playing ooze.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this is pretty good.
This seems pretty good. And it comes in rainbow. So we got yellow and blue, 5 and 4.
Not bad at all.
Nope. Next up, we got Toxicity. Costs 0. The next assassin or ranger attack action card you play this turn gains when this hits a hero. They lose 5 health. Go again. Seems like a good pump.
It does. I don't know how I feel about it.
Why? Because you still have you'll be able.
It's telegraphed as hell.
Yeah, but if this is your Arsenal card, you play this out of Arsenal. You play your attack, and then you can still stealth in. You can
No,
still
you
like
can't stealth in.
because that
Yep.
card
It
gains
gets
it.
added to that card only. That's
So
why it's like you're not gonna do the ooze specialty with this. If this is coming out, you know that the person has pumps in hand, right?
yeah,
And that's about the only trick they have. So it it telegraphs the trick. That's why I'm like, I'm not sure I
yeah,
like this card. It's
yeah.
very cool, like generally, but if you see this card come out, you know what's coming. You know,
That's true.
that's a
That's
full
true.
block if you can situation.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, if you get a full block, if you can, out of this card, and
Absolutely,
that
still has
seems
its
still
value.
seems
Yeah,
like a win.
yeah, it still has value. It's just not. It doesn't play with the tricky tricks that I'm liking of Azure.
Yeah. But so next up, we got Vi Virulent
Yep,
Touch. Cost 0. This card's gross.
I love this one.
It's so gross.
I
The art
yesterday
on
when we
this
were
is
playing
so
Magic,
gross.
this popped, and I showed the art, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And our buddy was there. He's like, "What?" I was like, "A card art just got revealed." And I showed it to him. He's like, "This is an adult game."
Yes, it is. Uh, so it can't be played from hand, similar to Death Touch. When this chain link resolves, if it was defended by a card from hand, create a Blood Rot Pox token under the defending hero's control. That seems sneaky.
It's so good. I love
Yeah.
this one too, and it's going to be in Rainbow. These
Yeah.
like Death Touch and Virulent Touch seem like kind of givens for her. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like maybe not a rainbow set, but enough. You know, have enough in there because you're going to be sneaking these in. You'll know exactly if it's going to trigger. Right? Can't be played from hand, so it's made for her. Like it's good. Good.
Yeah. Next up, we got Blood Rot Trap. So this is an assassin ranger trap. Cost 0. When this is defended, when this defends and the attacking hero has played or activated a reaction, this chain link create a blood rot pox token under their control.
My first thought to this one was, oh yeah, Riptide's going to be good against Azure because he's going to know she did her reaction and can use the trap probably with some specialtiness. But it's a
Yep.
defense reaction, so he can do it after the fact, anyways, right?
Yep. Yep.
Drop this out and create the token.
And it's a common.
Yeah. And the full cycle has the same thing for frailty and inertia.
Yeah, but
Oh wait, they
they
have
are not
different. No,
rainbow.
I'm sorry, they're not the same. No, they're not the same. The trigger's different.
Yep. So
Sorry,
yeah, for
if
the
you want to read them all.
frailty,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
with
Sorry.
go again. When this defends an attack with go again, create a frailty token. And the inertia trap is when it defends an attack with greater than its base attack, create an inertia token under the attacking hero's control.
That's good.
Yeah.
Love that. Love it. And ninjas or assassins in general.
Yeah. So next up, we got our generic majestic amnesia. So this one's super cool. Costs 2, swings for 6, blocks 3. Sound familiar? Command and Conquer. When this hits a hero, cards and tokens they own lose and can't gain names until the start of your next turn. So the example that was given that was kind of out of context is Crippling Crush. In the description of Crippling Crush, it names itself for the on-hit crush effect. So it would still do the damage, but it would not, the crush effect would not happen if this hit the turn before.
And there's actually a cards that specifically have um, names of themselves in the tech. So
Correct.
I have a feeling this is going to mess up things in unexpected ways.
Yeah.
Maybe even to the advantage of the other player if you're not careful.
Sure. Yeah, I could see.
Virulent Touch can't be played from hand. What card? It's not called that.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
it can be played from hand.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
So,
But
you know,
what are you playing? Just no name?
no name, yeah.
The card
Like,
that has no name?
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what it does, right?
Yeah,
So
I
I
guess
don't know.
so.
We'll get some rulings on this, I'm sure, but
Judge, judge.
I have a feeling that this will mess up things in unexpected ways, which is cool. It's
Yeah,
amnesia. It should, right?
yeah,
It
and
feels
being in
very on theme.
generic, giving everyone
Hmm.
access to it, I'm
Yeah,
here for it, yeah.
it's fun. It's a fun, like, whoa, that did things I was not, anticipating.
Yeah. So next up, we got Down and Dirty. Majestic 6 blocks 2, swings for 2. While Down and Dirty is in your arsenal, you may defend with it. Meh.
Yeah, I don't really fully get
This
the
is
value of that.
this is a $1 Majestic if I've ever seen it. Um, I mean, prove me wrong, I guess, but
Yeah, there may be something we don't see yet. I mean, there's a lot of cards unrevealed.
yeah. Just, I mean, surprise, I blocked for 2 with this 6 attack from my arsenal.
Good as a popper. I get it. I'm not defending it
But
because I
there's
don't
so many
understand it
other
either. I was
like, if
looking at
you're
this card. I'm
playing
like,
this, you're playing other 6s.
yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're not
Agreed.
popping in limited, so, like,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know,
what?
man. I don't know.
Okay. Gore Belching is the next generic Majestic.
That's cool
Costs
art too.
0. The art is the whole set is just, like,
We say this every set. But I
horrific.
again agree and love it. I love the sets art.
When this attacks, it swings for 7. It doesn't block. So, one-way card. When this attacks, reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal an attack action card. If you do, banish it. This gets minus X attack, where X is the attack of the card banished this way. Otherwise, this gets -7. Shuffle.
I didn't get this. We talked about this, and now I have a better, even another reason why they have that last little bit. Otherwise, this gets -7 shuffle. It's because every Kano would play this
Oh.
if it didn't have that. Because it'd be a 0 for 7 guaranteed because there's no attack action. But got it. Okay. Yeah. It's a -7 if you don't have any attack actions.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. This seems really good in Benji.
Yeah. There's a couple places where you're like, oh, yeah.
This is kind of like
But
a
definitely
Ravenous
Benji.
Rabble, but
It
a
is.
little
Yeah.
higher and no go again.
Yeah. It's a fun little add on to the toolbox as a generic attack.
Yeah, absolutely.
It will definitely find its home.
Next up, Premeditate. So we got Azalea in the art, cost 0. The neck blocks for 2, generic action. The next time an attack action card hits a hero this turn, create a ponder token. The next attack action card you play from Arsenal this turn gains +3.
And this is generic,
Mm-hmm.
giving card draw and plus attack.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
0 cost.
And, I mean,
Blocks.
playing
Oh,
from Arsenal, Rangers are going to be playing from Arsenal.
yep.
And I think that character in the back, the green hair, is the same one from Shitty Christmas Present.
That's the alchemist, right?
Alchemist, yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't
Uh,
surprise me.
yeah,
Seems like they hang out together.
yeah. Next up, we got Humble, generic, rare, attack action. Swings for 6, blocks 2, costs 2. When this hits a hero, that hero loses all abilities until end of their next turn. Treat the hero card as if the text box is empty. Seems fine and limited.
Yeah, it's like a race face.
Yeah. Looking for a scrap. Generic attack action. Swings for 4. Blocks 2. Red. Costs 1. As an additional cost to play looking for a scrap, you may banish a card with 1 attack from your graveyard. When you do, this gains +1 and go again.
Benji.
Yep. Absolutely. Benji's looking for a scrap. Wreak Havoc is next. Swings costs 2 in red, rare. Swings for 6, blocks 2. Defense reactions can't be played to wreck Havoc's chain link, which is awesome. When this hits a hero, you may turn a card in their arsenal face up, then destroy a defense reaction in their arsenal.
It's fun.
Yeah, you're wreaking havoc.
Hmm.
Um, Next up, I was actually able to get the Wreak Havoc playmat.
Nice.
When Gary went to Indianapolis, he grabbed me one. Thank you, Gary. Uh, Cut down to size is our next card. Cost 2, swings for 6, blocks 2. When this hits a hero, if they have 4 or more cards in hand, they discard a card. So this card, John and I were talking about last night when it came out. I'm really high on it just because either way, when you play this card, they are not going to have a full hand. And
Yeah.
especially in Limited and Ranger, they would like to have their whole hand.
Yeah.
They're paying for their
I get
bow.
it.
They're paying, yeah. So if you are
You
not
know what
playing
I
Ranger,
just realized? Almost all these generics are poppers.
uh-huh.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
Interesting. Well, I guess after this set, no one can complain there's no poppers for
Yeah, exactly.
them.
And that kind of takes away the premium of Command and Conquer.
Yeah, I bet it does. Interesting.
Hmm.
Hmm. All
Now
right, next.
now people can't complain, but Command and Conquer is so expensive. Like the
Yeah,
difference
it's like
between
you have
Command and
40
Conquer
other
and all these
options.
other options that are going to be
Yeah,
dirt cheap.
yeah.
It's
Minimal.
yeah,
Minimal.
yeah. Destructive Deliberation is next, a common generic attack action. This is not a popper. It's at 5. Swings for, cost 2, blocks 2. When this hits a hero, create a ponder token. This will blow your mind.
I kind of like that crazy
Siraj the
dude.
Oracle.
Yeah.
He's a weird looking dude. I dig it though. Next up, we have Peace of Mind. Cost 2, generic instant. The next time you would be dealt damage this turn, prevent 4 of that damage. Create a ponder token. Oasis Respite, but you draw a card and pay 1 more.
Yeah.
But this is not Oasis Respite because it's prevent damage.
And not
This
from a
is
specific thing.
physical damage.
Yeah.
So
All the
work,
attack damage. Just,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So it is a little, yeah. It's not as,
It's not as good. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, in the limited, it's gonna be pretty
Yeah.
good.
It's still a very useful card.
Yeah.
Generic instant that also gets you a card back. Like, I'm not going to complain there.
Yeah. And then the next are just the tokens that we've talked about before.
Um,
And then we did have some things pop. We
yeah, let me
had,
just go through some of them real quick.
can I?
Uh,
There's
what?
the Fletch of the Blue Tail, Yellow Tail, and Red Tail.
Yeah, which is freaking awesome. It's
Yeah.
the first
So
cycle with different art.
yeah, that is cool.
I
So
dig that. We were talking about this in the
yeah,
very beginning of playing. I was like, wouldn't it be cool if there were just like slight modifications to the red, yellow, blue
and now
so
there
that you had
is
like,
the
there
fletching
is,
of the
they're
arrow
doing
is
it.
red, yellow, and blue.
Yeah, the tail is a different feather type it looks like different birds too, even not just the color.
Yeah. So
It's
basically,
cool.
your next attack this turn gains +4 for the red, 3 for the yellow, 2 for the blue. If you have an aim counter on this, it gains red cards have -1 while defending, yellow cards have -1, or blue cards have -1 while defending.
It's cool. I don't
Yeah.
know how good that is as a ranger card, but I just like
I mean,
the art,
it's pumps.
the change of the way it works.
Yeah. And it costs 1.
Next one that's important we should cover is Vambrace of Determination,
Mm-hmm.
legendary generic arm.
Mm-hmm.
Once per turn, attack reaction, pay 1. The next prevention effect that prevents attack damage this turn prevents 1 less of that damage. That doesn't seem all that good. Maybe I missed something. When this defends, you may pay 1. If you do, it gains +1 and blade break. 1 use blocker with your forearm if you want.
Yeah.
I don't think I like that at all. Is it me? Am I wrong?
Let me see it again. Once per turn. attack reaction. Pay 1. The next prevention effect that prevents physical damage this turn prevents 1 less of that damage.
So you make Oasis 3 instead of 4. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem that great.
And you're paying. No, prevents physical damage. Oh, I
Yeah,
guess
but
Oasis does.
yeah, if you're swinging a weapon, it's preventing physical damage, so
It
it would
is.
work for that.
It is also a way to then pay 1 to turn off Oldham's crown.
It's a counter to seed. You're
It's a
right.
seeds. It's a crown of
It's a
seeds counter.
seeds
This is your
counter.
generic
Oh,
equipment that now
they're like they're like
everyone.
they're like,
We're not going
guys,
to ban
come here,
seeds. We're not
guys,
going to
come here, come
ban
here, come here.
seeds.
Seeds isn't getting banned. That's what that's what that card is.
Yeah, yeah.
It should actually be called something like Seeds Forever.
Van Brandts of seed destruction.
Yeah, I've seen it. That's so funny. Oh, that's exactly what
So
it is.
whenever
I
you
was
go
like, I don't
against
get
Oldham,
this.
yeah, you go against Oldham, you sideboard this in.
Yep, yep,
I
yep.
mean,
100%. That's what
let's
it is.
go
You're
because
right.
all that math is based on Oldham blocking exactly,
Yep, yep.
and
That
it's
is
in the
exactly.
reaction phase.
All right, moving on to the next one because we're way over
No, I'm
time.
super hyped on that card now.
I don't know if I'm hyped about it, but it's a good
No,
little
I
it's a
just
good
like
little
what
piece
it
of
will
equipment.
do for the game
Yeah, it does change
and
things.
what it means for how they're designing. And yeah, that is very
Yeah,
smart.
yeah.
Uh,
Merc Meyer Grapnel, not grapple, Grapnel. 0 cost red. It's a common, so probably a full cycle. If
mhm.
Murkmile Grapnel has an encounter, it has a +1. Damage that would be dealt by this can't be prevented. It's swings for 4, defends for 3, Ranger arrow. So that is good for Rangers. Defense 3. Give and take. Swings for 3, generic. Defends for 3. It's a majestic. Whenever give and take is defended by an action card, you may put an action card with cost less than give and take, takes attack value from your graveyard on top of your deck. Go again. That quite good.
Mhm.
That is really quite
Yeah.
good. We did the ninja ones. Widowmaker. Costs 1, it's a common. Swings for 4, 3, or 2, I would assume. Has a 3 defense again. Another arrow, ranger only. Defense reactions can't be played to Widowmaker's Chainlink. I love this art, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, if Widowmaker is defended by fewer than 2 cards, it has a +3 attack value. So it swings for 7 unless you're dumping your hand to stop it. And you know Ranger loves to pump their shit, so probably
Yeah.
swinging for 12.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
Yeah. What is it with me and liking all the cards that have women sitting on piles of bodies? Because that is definitely it's my
It's a
go-to.
trend. It's
Like,
2 sets in a
yeah,
row
it
now.
is. It's 2 sets in a row. I've been like, I love the art on this card. It's this woman and she's covered in gore and sitting. I was like, well, I sound like a psychopath for liking this card. You remember that?
Yeah.
That's what this
Yeah.
one is too.
Yep.
Descendant Gust Wave. We didn't cover this, did we?
No.
If Surging Strike was the last attack in this combat chain, this costs 1 less to play and has +2. Go again, and it costs 1, so it could be a 0 if it's comboed right. Oh, we did talk about that. And swings for 3, defends for 2. And the Benji we talked about. Oh, this is the one I wanted. Spire Sniping. This is a ranger card. Costs 1, common, so rainbow. Swings for 5, 4, or 3, presumably. Defends for 3. When Spire Sniping is put or turned face up in Arsenal, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, then put them back in any order. Cool thing about this, and I'm not sure how this works. I do want a rules judge on this, right? Um, say you're playing Riptide and you're setting up to do the both of the bow mechanics we were talking about. So you put this in Arsenal turn 1, turn 2, whatever, right? Um, when you put it there, do you reveal it to your opponent so that you can say, I'm going to look at the top 2 cards in my deck and then put them back in any order?
Say it one more time.
So it says when you put or turn face up in Arsenal, look at the top 2 cards of your deck,
Mm-hmm.
then put them back in any order.
Yeah.
So say it's end of turn and you Arsenal at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
Do you reveal the card so that you can do the effect and look at your top 2 cards? Is that how that works?
I'd assume.
It says when you put or turn face up in Arsenal. So when you put something in Arsenal, it should work, right? And then the next turn, you've now drawn up those 2 cards.
Yeah.
Next turn, you can now reveal it with the other part of the bow, right?
Yep.
And then do it again. So that seems like some pretty good opting value for a ranger, and I'm guessing that bow goes with Riptide just based on its name because it's something like sea sounding. We call it barbed
Yeah.
castaway. Like I think that's his bow, his expected bow.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Um, so it feels interesting. I like this. I cannot wait to find out what Riptide does.
Yeah.
And I think we have now gone over everything.
Yeah. I'm not seeing. What about pendulum trap?
Oh, I don't think I saw
Cost
that.
0. Yellow ranger defense reaction trap blocks 3. When this defends and the attacking hero has played or activated a reaction this chain link, put the 2 cards of their deck. Wait, put the top 2 cards of their deck into their graveyard.
Gross.
Yep. When this
That's and
defends,
is it defend reaction trap?
yeah, defense reaction trap. When this defends and the attacking hero has played or activated a reaction this chain link, put the top 2 cards of their deck into their graveyard.
Nice. I think I found one more arrow. Lace with inertia cost 0. The rare. So maybe a cycle, may not be. Defends for 2. Poor Rangers. Your next arrow attack this turn gains +3, and when this hits a hero, create a nurture token under their control. Go again. You have to assume there's a lace with Pox and a
Yeah.
lace with
Yeah.
whatever, frailty
Yeah, because we're
coming
free
out
in
too.
120.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm
cool set.
super hyped. I'm
It's
super hyped.
totally messing
I know
everything
we're
up. I
over
love it.
time, but do you want to just do like a how are we
Yeah.
feeling?
Yeah.
Um
If you're listening this far, hashtag us. I care
hashtag
how you feel. I care how you feel. Because we're gonna tell you how
I'm
we feel.
I'm super into this. And I really do think this is gonna be an incredible set to draft.
Yeah.
Like just having the 6 hero option, having all these dual class cards. I mean, it's 2.0, so you can pull some really cool stuff in this. And
Yeah.
just, I think the limited experience is going to be a ton of fun. And over the course of this, I'm just like, Magic Limited, I could be
Yeah,
playing more
right?
Flesh and Blood
Oh,
Limited.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I 100% on board. Magic's fun and
Yeah.
fine, but it's my when I'm tired of playing other things, which this being
Yeah.
the other thing,
Yeah.
because this game is fantastic.
So what I'm now calculating is I'm very similar, but at the same time, Magic only that itch to play Magic only came back when you left 2 weeks ago, and I'd been riding the Flesh and Blood high since Dynasty and Outsiders. Like I hadn't gone back to Magic in what, like 3 Flesh and Blood sets.
Yeah, at least.
So like it took a draft and a supplemental, like the end of the supplemental set, for me to get wanting to play something else. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think this will probably keep me way longer. So we'll see.
This is gonna break CC so bad.
I'm so
Well,
excited.
yeah,
I'm
we'll
so
see how it
excited.
plays out because it always feels like that until people solve things. But
Yeah, and I know a lot of
um,
people in our local meta were trying to just kind of wait and see where things lay up, and I think there's going to be a lot of changes in heroes that people are playing, which is very exciting because then it shakes up the local meta, which is the only meta that I really care about because that's the only meta that affects me. So
that's the only meta that matters, man.
it's true. Is the only meta that matters is the meta that you play in. So
Yeah, that's fair.
now the meta overall can influence the meta you are seeing in your local meta, but at the end of the day, it may not. Like our meta is super weird, but then I guess we have Pro Tour. Oh man, we can go to Pro Tour and we can draft more outsiders.
I bought Pro Tour's what they call play again
Yeah,
pass or whatever
yeah,
to just do draft. I'm just drafting outsiders the whole time.
yeah,
Like that was my plan. I'm like, I'm there to draft outsider.
yeah,
I don't care. Like it's gonna be close enough to brand new. That is my plan. I'm gonna play a bunch of outsiders. It's gonna be
yeah,
fun.
yeah. That'll be fun. Cool. Well, super hype on this. Super excited. Um, I was planning on going light into this set early. That may change.
Tommy. I'm still going light. I'm buying one case for the shelf, one case to open. I will open boxes that patrons buy. So sign up if you want to see us open boxes and talk
Yeah,
about it along
absolutely.
the way. I will then buy singles, I think, because I don't want to be stuck with a ton of boxes on my shelf. We were talking about this before we started. But basically, my biggest concern now is space, and so I'm having a hard time deciding and prioritizing purchasing around how much space I have and
Got
selling,
plenty of
frankly.
space for singles.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Singles I can do, and then the collectibles because there's going to be gorgeous Marvels.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to
Mm-hmm.
have some really cool stuff in this set. I am psyched. The freaking books, man. They better have a tome. I'm gonna be so sad if there's no tome because they did codexes. It wouldn't be the first time they had multiple books though, because there's a couple sets: Duplicity tome and the Firebrand, whatever it's called, the one for Uprising.
Yeah.
That was a double tome set, so it's possible to have a tome in and the codex. You gotta have a drawing tome. Come on,
Yeah.
and this art style. Come on, it's gonna be
Oh,
awesome.
it's so sick. It's yeah. I love it.
Maybe it'll be like a Tome of the Dead or something, Necro Tome or something. It'll be like all skulls and flesh and frailty. So it's like a combination of all three.
Yeah. I mean, I
I like it.
mentioned that I think I told you that I started messing around with Lexi. I think
You mentioned it very
yeah.
briefly. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I might hop on Ranger too. Check that out.
Yeah, I'm playing all of the classes in the limited.
Yeah.
I think I'm more and more committed to Uzuri, but we'll see how Riptide is.
Yeah.
Because here's my first like, oh, Trap Ranger. I love it.
Yeah.
And the Ranger stuff in this is really cool.
Oh, absolutely.
So, maybe he gets me there with his skill. We'll find out in a couple hours.
Stay tuned for when we do a video on that.
Yeah.
Yes. But cool. Anything else you want to say before we wrap it up? I know we ran long, but it was a very exciting episode. Lots of cool
No,
things to
yeah.
talk about.
Yeah. Hope you guys are out there enjoying the game. Excited as we are. Leave
Yeah,
the hashtag.
absolutely. How hype are you?
What was the one hashtag that Tommy got? 420, 69,
69
69, 420?
420. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Well, until next week, we will catch you guys later.
Have a good one.